Mandela was never a father. Mandela was a brand. Share in Soweto. I know about other townships, but in Soweto was a brand that competed with the likes of the Coca-Cola, Nike, Louis Vuittons, and the Gucci's of the world. As the black president, he failed my generation. He never gave back our education. As the brand generation of what? Of apartheid, the one that we voted for him.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, the TMax. I am currently traveling in South Africa, and a while back I did a video where I visited Soweto. And if you didn't know, Soweto stands for Southwest Township. That's where the name comes from. And we did it with the tour guide named Thabo. The guy was really good. We visited June 16th Memorial. We went to Nelson Mandela's house, Desmond Tutu's house, Vilakazi Street, all the main highlights of Soweto. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link in the description below. Check that out before you watch this one. So today, actually I have a private tour. Last time here, it was about 5 of us. So today is just gonna be me and Thabo. It's gonna take me around the lesser known areas of Soweto, and we're gonna see what we see here.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Thabo, the local tour guide from Johannesburg. So today I'm here with Timothy. We are here in the deepest part of Soweto, which is the Soweto Theater. Then from here, when we are done with the tour around here, we'll simply go to the Credo Mutwa village. Then after that, we go to Regina Mundi church, then Cape Town, which is the oldest informal settlements of Soweto. Then after that, we'll end our tour at the Soweto Towers. Yeah. So yeah, come along. You see the difference. It's music, right? Photography, right? Yeah. This one, it's dance, literature somewhere. So that's the difference. Yeah. So Sam Zima is a black journalist that took the famous picture of the young boy who died in the protest, which is Hector Peterson. Yeah. Since we have 12 official languages in South Africa, it used to be 11. Then they added the 12th one, which is the sign language for deaf people. So here, as you can see, it's written those different languages, which is Setswana from the Tswana people, Xitsonga, the Tsonga people. Then it's Chivenda, which is the Venda people. Then there's also Sipedi, which is Pedi people, Ndebele, Sisulu, Sisulu. So it's not easy to stick to one language if you're living in South Africa. You have to be multilingual. So this is Gibson Ntutuzeli Kente, yeah, one of the famous producers of arts in South Africa, yeah.
So from my time living in Brazil, this word, eita, is really popular in the Northeast, and in South Africa, they also use it here.
These are our houses. That's an original house, matchbox, right? Built by the Dutch government, yeah. So yeah, as you can see, the roof is made out of asbestos. So it's 4-roomed houses, 2 bedrooms, 1 dining room, 1 kitchen. Then the restroom is outside.
In 1904, the Johannesburg City Council decided to bring 1,538 Africans and 600 Indians to come and join the Chinese in the first informal settlement that we call Kliptown even today. The first race to live in Soweto after the white man claimed that he discovered gold. Remember, the Western, they don't create, they always discover. They discovered Africa, they discovered gold. When they discovered gold in 1886, the first race which was brought in Soweto was not the blacks, but it was the Chinese. The first battle was won on the 11th of February when Nelson Mandela was released. When he was released, he became the champion, the ambassador, and the father of education whole world, speaking greatly about education, promising my generation, including me, that if we can vote for him, we will get the best education in this world. As the black president, he failed my generation. He never gave back our education. As the brand generation of what? Of apartheid, the one that we voted for him. Mandela was never a father. Mandela was a brand. Share in Soweto. I know about other townships, but in Soweto was a brand that competed with the likes of the Coca-Cola, Nike, Louis Vuittons, and the Gucci's of the world. Our people of Soweto by then, as if they were monkeys in the zoo waiting to be given the bananas, go to our community hall, have a high tea whilst discussing about the life of a black child in Soweto. How are they going to make it more difficult and miserable? It is a symbol of oppression. When we are two, on those days we are friends. 3, we still friends, but once we become 4, they will call the police to separate us because of when we are 4. They fear that we can overthrow the government. So now that is a warm-up. When we enter, we go through all the townships of Soweto at once and see the HD, high definition view of Soweto in 360D with the naked eyes. Show my brother. All African names have a meaning and a direction that we have to take as the children of the sun. In Sesotho we say, Bitso Lebi Kiseromo. That says, be careful when you give the child the name, because of he or she might live upon the name. Hence, African names are very much important to us. My name in short is Lebohang, which is now what that is happening. We just giving Lebohang Tabo Plapat. Yeah. My name in full is Lebohang Tsentle, which means appreciate beautiful things.
Welcome to Regina, Mundi. This is a Roman Catholic church, one of 22 Catholic churches around Soweto. However, this is the largest and it is geographically built in the middle of Soweto. Regina Mundi is Latin for Queen of the World. This church was built in 1961 by Father Gerard Coleman, officially opened in 1962 by Juan Baptiste Montini. He was Cardinal of Milan and eventually became Pope Paul VI.
Okay, yeah.
Seating capacity is 2,000. When we have celebrations, it can house up to 4,000 seated and standing people. So in June 1976, when all the churches around Soweto were closed, our bishop refused to close down this church. A young group of students by the name of CASS, Congress of South African Students, held a peaceful protest against the apartheid regime, against the inferior education meant for blacks, which was called Bantu education, and against Afrikaans being a language which was imposed. The police soon heard about this protest. They came to the church, surrounded the entire church with barbed wire as police barricade, stormed inside the yard with live ammunition and tear gas canisters. Now the big problem was that they were not only shooting from the outside, they were also shooting from within the church, which left the church damaged, broken roofs, ceilings, pews, and windows. We have managed to refurbish most of those damages, but have left out a few bullet holes. Notice that the altar rails from this point until the far end, they are all damaged. These were damaged by 4,000 young school children trying to run away from the bullets and tear gas. So the stampede caused the damages when they were all trying to make their way out through that exit. These are the original windows of the church, made out of plastic fiber. So if they were using rubber bullets, the bullets would have bounced off and ricocheted. Their arguments do not make sense. These were shot from the inside out. And these were shot from the outside in. So this is concrete evidence that they were really using live ammunition. This is the first room. You may enter. These are the 1950s and the 1960s. In the 1950s and 60s, the government that was responsible for the apartheid regime was the National Party. Blacks were required to carry a passport for wherever they went. They called it a dom bus. Dom means stupid in Afrikaans. They called it a dom bus because they were required to carry it at all times, yet it was too big to fit inside a pocket. Many defiance campaigns were held against such laws.
Okay guys, I gotta let you know, this tour I just did with Lebo in the Regina Mundi church, phenomenal. This guy, wow. And I've already been to the Apartheid Museum. I've already done tours in Soweto and downtown Johannesburg. And still, I was able to learn something. I highly recommend coming to this church. If you can get this guy as your guide, it's gonna be phenomenal. But I imagine all the guides are gonna be good here. Absolutely a must-visit place.
My name is Tulani. I'm actually a site guide from the Walter Sisulu School of Dedication. This is the home to the Freedom Charter. You're also going to see the flea market now. Cell phone repairs, watches repairs, fast food selling, traditional medicine. It's all set up of informal businesses that are available at our disposal in Town. From up there from the top, that is actually not a cross, it's an X, casting of voting. 1994. Before 1994, it's other years during apartheid era time. But 1994 reflects to all the people casting voting, blacks, white, colored, Indians and Chinese, who had the very first time of saying this is going to our president. To look at the Freedom Charter, it's directly an opposite of the apartheid regime. But in reality speaking, is that it really looks like the chapter 2 of the United Nations of Human Rights. So this is the mother of our constitution. So it's the foundation of this country's constitution. The number of people who were here, they close to 10,000, which was 7,000 of them were spectators, 2,880 were delegates, coming from 5 organizations. 25 of June, the first day, the second day, 26. And it actually made 156 people to be arrested, including Walter Sisulu, whom is named after the building, and Oliver Reginald Tambo. And they all served prison, and others, and they were literally released because they didn't have any tangible evidence.
These are the things that they mentioned that they want in the Freedom Charter. Yeah. But yet, which is some of the things that are stated here, they are not happening. It says the land shall be shared amongst those who work on it. But yet, still, there are people whereby who don't have a place to stay. Like people who don't have a place to stay, yet there are white people who own acres of land, which are not working.
So from this side, we are seeing a scientific name is called Celtic Africana. Common name, it's white stick wood in English. So this tree was planted in a sense that it actually represents firstly growth. It can grow about 30 meters up, spreading around 20 meters. The leaves themselves can actually be boiled and be utilized. Things like if you've got toothache and if you've got diarrhea, they can stop. So that is why this tree is very important. Business setup, cell phone repairs, shoe repairs. There is a portion of actually watches repairs. It's actually all set up of informal businesses that are some of available here within this site. You actually really see the pillars that they are actually not straight.
Oh yeah, now I can see it.
Click and play is the rabbit hole. One more.
Yeah, out here got coach getting some dollar and pop. Yeah. They said it's not available.
Bench the TMax. You can't let go. Flipping through worlds.
What is Wena Ojaang?
Wena Ojaang. It's a Sotho word of which means what are you eating?
Smells good.
Pork chops.
Oh man, pork chops and pop. Woo!
Aromats.
Just do the same thing to mine, whatever you do to yours.
Then I'll put it on the side.
Okay,
Case.
yeah, please. Spicy. Okay.
Learning fast is a language, right? Every word, it's a cultural tide. From city streets to mountain tops. Once you start, you just can't stop. He's the polyglot king, the content's fire. Your screen's lit up, your brain.
The rain has found me again. I'm trying to enjoy my meal, but the food is so good, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's when we'll have to do it again.